Hey everybody, Motorpoet 59 here. Back when gay marriage was on the ballots, was it 2012? You'll have to. I didn't go look. It doesn't make any difference. It's completely irrelevant as to when it happened. But one of my fears about that, and let me start this by saying, I don't care if gay people get married. Didn't make a damn bit of difference to me. I always said that gay couples have just as much right to be miserable after a couple of years and they realize they weren't suited for each other, and they have just as much right to give half their shit away if things don't work out. Go get married. I don't care. Personally, because of my upbringing and my moral convictions, I voted against it. But had it passed as the bill, I wouldn't have been mad about it. I wouldn't have been upset about it. I didn't care. I stuck to my guns. But in the end, it did get voted down. California and I think 80% of the other states that had it on their ballot at that time voted against it. And California was one of them. As liberal as California is, they were one of those states. But a liberal judge overturned that bill, the defeat of that bill, and it became legal. Again, the fact that they can get married doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me. The fact that the will of the people was overturned by a judge is what upsets me. That's not the way the Constitution is supposed to work. The Constitution of the United States or the Constitution of California. That is not the way it's supposed to work. If the gay marriage measure had succeeded and had been overturned by a conservative judge, I'd have been just as pissed off about it. I've been just as disappointed. I can't say I was pissed. I was just disappointed. I was very disappointed and frustrated. Why do we vote? Why do we have elections? Why do we vote if we're going to just allow a judge to have the power to overturn the will of the people? Enough said about that. That's not really what this rant is about. When the debate about all that was going down, was being discussed, being talked about, my thing was, and I had this discussion with a couple of people, that I think we need to be careful about doors we open onto slippery slopes. Because, and I told this to a gay person I knew, you have been fighting as a gay person, the gay community has been fighting for a long time to get this done. And you're going to need to be careful about who follows you through that door. You've been working for a long time, working hard and working honestly to get this done. And again, like I said, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me if you get married. But you have to watch out who you allow to follow you through that door. And look where it's gone. I had a gay person get mad because I used the term LBGTQWXYZ. And the reason I did that, I wasn't trying to be denigrating. It was trying to make my point that every time you turn around, there's another group being added to this long list of letters that have to do with these activist groups, with these very, very small groups. And I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. But that's just my opinion. And now, one of the things that I said, sorry if I'm kind of getting off kilter here. When I talked about watching who you allow to come through that door, one of the things I said was pedophiles. I was laughed at. Oh, come on. Hey, and what I said was, at that time, 30 years ago, if you'd have told us we were voting on that gay marriage would actually be on a ballot, we'd have laughed at you. We'd have rolled our eyes and said, oh, come on. But here it is. And now, what do we have? They, not just the pedophiles themselves, but these poor bleeding heart activist groups that think everybody should be protected, have come up with the term minor attracted person. Minor attracted person. If you're 19, 20 years old and you're having sex with a 17-year-old, doesn't matter which sex is the older, doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, doesn't make any difference, in my opinion. That's not pedophilia. That's not what I'm talking about. If you go to prison, not that I've ever been in prison, but I know people who have, if you go to prison for child molesting, and that is the case where you are 20 having sex with a 17-year-old, you're going to get left alone. You're going to get a pass. But if you're having sex with a true minor, if you're having sex with somebody who's 12, 13, 14, or even younger, it's disgusting. You're going to get killed in prison, or you're going to get beat down. But this minor attracted person, this phrase, this is the kind of stuff they're going to try to use to make this normal, to try to make it sound normal, to try to make it sound like these people are born this way and they can't help it. Hey, you know what? Maybe you were born that way, but if you were born that way, you're born wired wrong. We have to get back in charge of the population of the United States of America. We have to get back to the point where the will of the people means what most of the people want. And all the people I know, and I know plenty of liberals, I can't think of one of them who thinks that the term, or who would think that, I've asked them all, who would think that the term minor attracted person is even remotely a good idea. Pedophiles are pedophiles. If you're having sex with little kids and you're an adult, you need to be beat over the head with a baseball bat. That's what you need. I don't care about any of the crap that surrounds that. A minor attracted person is nothing more than a pedophile. And like I said, if it's a late teens and a 19-year-old, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about kids. I don't care what people do. You want to be gay, be gay. You want to be trans. That's your life. If you're a grown-up, as long as you're a grown-up, do whatever you want to do. It's your business. It's your life. It's none of my affair. I have my opinions about it, but that's okay. We can agree to disagree. But when it starts involving kids, that's a different story. And it's the same thing with people, these parents who are trying to get their kids to change genders when they're 6. Those parents ought to be thrown in jail and have their kids taken away from them. If that child grows up and decides that they want to be trans or gay or straight or whatever, let them make that decision. They don't even let kids vote that are under 18 because they're not mature enough to make the kinds of decisions that are going to affect our country, but somehow they're mature enough to make a decision like that. I'm just tired of it. I'm just really tired of it. And I just wanted to say something about it. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorpoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. We'll see you all later.